Okay.
Yeah, but so I know myself like he. This is one thing that definitely, even if you go for one gate, and you're going to use force fields to try to secure your ramp.
Okay.
You need to, as soon as your gateway gets finished, build the zealot.
Okay.
In PvP. If like that's one thing that I'm 100% positive on, that if you want to be safe in PvP, you need to at least build a zealot right away, whether you chrono boost it or not. But once your gateway's done, you need to immediately get a zealot.
So you're thinking right now maybe he's being greedy right now. He has a 2 probe advantage on you. He might be going for a little bit more of a macro. Like he thinks he's going for a macro play.
I think he's trying to tech. I think he's trying to tech either to Robo or to something.
Okay.
That's the only reason really why I think that he would do something like this.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to get to, fast Robo or get Warp Gate fast and maybe do like a 4-gate push. But this 2-gate Zealot pressure will always beat a 4-gate push pretty much, especially on a short map like this.
Okay.
So if you see, I'm actually going to just leave that probe there to be aggressive with it later.
Okay. So now Cybercore's down.
Cybercore just finished.
And what's in production right now, and he's still probing up, and still now the first Zealot starts.
Now he finally gets his first Zealot.
But your first Zealot's on the way before anything's out, okay? Now, what if he had a first Zealot out? Would that change the dynamic of this at all?
It would just make it a little bit of a closer fight, honestly. If you're chrono boosting it, see, I'm chrono boosting my gateways too, which we haven't really been looking at.
Okay.
He's putting his second gateway now, but because I've been chronoing my gateways, there's no way that even if he was chronoing his Zealot out, that he would get his Zealot out in time.
Okay.
Now, an important thing when you're going into their base with your Zealots, if you outnumber them, is to choose your targets. The number one target is, it depends on what you're trying to do. Like right now, I don't know that I can win 100%. I'm being safe.
Okay.
The easiest, so the best thing, actually, if you can kill their pylons and you outnumber them, once you kill their pylons, you're gonna win.
Okay.
Because there's nothing really that they can do at that point.
Yeah. They're getting supply block. They're losing minerals off the pylons.
But if you go into their base and you see the situation, it looks like you don't think you'll be able to kill all their pylons before they get out enough army to kill you or chase you away. Then I think the best choice is to go and target probes.
Okay.
With one of your Zealots while you fight him with the rest of your stuff.
Okay, let's get back a little more simple because I'm dumb.
Okay, we'll look at that stuff in later games.
So right now you go in and just so you see. 1 gateway finished, Cybercore here, only 1 Zealot out to defend.
Yeah.
Second gateway going down, that's not even going to come into play at this point.
It's not even relevant, really.
So what do you think? Like
my thought is he has both of his pylons clumped together. Mm-hmm. They're right towards the front of his base, which is another reason why I don't like to build towards my ramp.
Okay.
So my thought process is if I can kill both of those pylons, which I'm pretty sure that I can, that there's no way that he can come back. And if you look at
you're doing it here so you can keep retreating if you need to. Like because it's at the top of the ramp, so you're saying since it's here, I can just keep sniping this off quickly, and if he tries to keep hurting me, I can easily
you change targets. Like if he comes and engages, he won't. Like a good player, and I know that he's good enough to know this, is not going to engage 2 Zealots with 1 Zealot. He just won't.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's going to lose it.
Yeah. He just needs to hold. He needs to wait until
he gets more forces out. If he does come try to attack me, then I'll switch targets from the pylon to his units. And if you can see now, right now I have 3 Zealots on the field. And I have another 2 in production. Okay. Whereas he has only 1 out and one in production.
And so you're going 5.
So I'm going to have 5 by the time he has 2.
Okay.
So it's exponential, basically. You see he's using his chrono boost on his gateway trade something out.
So he's trying to do a little bit of micro.
As he attacks, I switch and attack him. So now he has to build a pylon because he sees what I'm doing. He knows I'm targeting his pylons.
Okay, and so what could he have done? Essentially, to get past this phase of the game, because obviously you're hugely ahead now. If he spotted, so again, this is for, I think this lesson is for the person that's on Vezir's end right now.
Yes.
So really, it just comes down to he saw you put down second gateway right away.
Immediately.
Just like punch for punch on gateways.
You need to scout them, and if you can put a core, but if they put a second gateway, you need to put a second gateway immediately.
Okay.
You might even have to cancel your core to put the second gateway down if it's going to be immediate.
So it's punch for punch no matter what.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. It becomes sketchy once you get to like 3 gateways and they have 4 gateways, which usually I don't think will happen. If they put 4, you could usually keep 3, and with the defender's advantage, you'll be able to hold it off.
Okay,
but definitely
they have to run across the map, and you could still get stalkers out by that time with 3 and a 3-gate core.
Right, but definitely with 1 gate to 2 gate, if they put 2 gates, you got to put another gate.
Okay.
Because the way Chrono Boost works, it's just too easy to get out way more than twice the amount of Zealots that they have.
Yeah.
And the other thing that makes this so dangerous is that, other races have workers that are pretty effective at fighting tier 1 units. Like, workers kill Marines, okay, they can catch up with them, and workers kill Zerglings pretty well. but one zealot will kill like an entire mining field of probes.
Yeah.
Probes are not really good against zealots.
Yeah. So at this point, you won this game. We don't even have to finish.
Yeah, we can
and
just
see
leave right here.
See the rest. So okay, let's get on to
So
a second. Do you want to get on, or do you want to talk more?
I want to just make one final point is that like here, like honestly, there's the stronger player late game in a macro situation, but in PvP, a lot of times it comes down to very specifically counting things like counting gateway counts.
Okay.
And tech is actually, I feel like tech is more important in PvP than maybe in any other mirror match in terms of anteing up, like I was talking about, like as if it were a card game,
Okay.
you know, or a game of chicken, is really you need to match their tech or beat their tech. And in this case, that tech is having a second gateway. So, but that's a theme that you'll see more also.
Okay.
All right, so that's
Cool.
really all for this one.
All right, let's get into a second game.
Cool.
All right, game 2 in this nightmare of mine of Protoss versus Protoss all day long.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right, but we're watching.
If you-
See, this guy I like because his
if you-
name's J-Rad. That's a cool name.
If you didn't want to do Protoss versus Protoss all day, then you should not come up with this idea.
Wasn't my idea, you asshole.
Yeah, well, you said you wanted me to teach you how to learn Protoss.
No,
Yes, you did.
you just came over with a bunch of replays and didn't do any work, and then threw it in my face.
You told me that you said, please, I don't understand Protoss. Can you teach me?
Uh huh.
That's what you said.
Listen, I understand Protoss because I was a fag for 14 years.
You just want to look cool now to
Yeah.
everybody else.
I shaved my body and I did all that. I did the whole thing.
Yeah.
I
So,
never wore a silk shirt though.
When you were in the phase of when you were shaving all your body hair,
Yeah.
if Starcraft was then, would you have played Protoss?
No, I still played Zerg because I was secretly cool.
Yeah.
I was secretly a badass then too.
Yeah.
All right, so J-Rad's coming in with his.
And I like when players I like when players do a scout pattern that checks both watchtowers
Yeah,
on maps like this.
just to have that moment of I don't know.
Yeah. You see
This moment of vision.
Yeah, it's a moment of vision. You see what they're doing. He actually scouts pretty early. He scouts after his pylon, which is fine. I have no problem with that.
I feel like in ladder versus ladder, not ladder, mirror matchups.
Ladder versus ladder, yeah.
Mirror matchups on ladder. I do very similar things if I scout early
Yeah.
because I feel, and I don't know if it's as relevant in Protoss versus Protoss, I feel like that early kind of cheese crap can really destroy you if you don't catch it. So I feel like in this case maybe he needs to make sure you're building in your base. Even.
Well, yeah, like I was saying in the game versus Vezir, Protoss can still do 10 pylon, 10 gate stuff. So scouting early in a mirror match is good, I guess. Like if I know the opponent is Protoss, I just scout on 12 because you get a little bit extra money.
Yeah.
But it's fine to scout on 9, I guess. It's even safer, and it hurts your economy a little bit, but you'd probably be
Sometimes
okay.
the intel is more worth it than that early.
And here,
run.
actually, what's cool here is actually if you click on my my probe, look at my probe's vision.
This guy,
My probe.
your probe. Well, that's your probe.
I actually I was leaving his base, but I actually just barely saw him put the gateway down.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because look at my mini map.
Oh. I wonder if that's a bug.
No, that's not a bug. Because I saw
Are you serious?
his probe planted the. I saw his probe plant the thingy.
The thingy.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to watch again?
Yeah. No, I want to see.
Yeah,
it.
see,
Oh,
see.
okay. Okay, you do.
Yeah.
Cool. That's perfect. But did you get a chance to click on that?
I know that that's a gateway based on the placement of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I already saw.
Well, okay. Now hold on. Why? No, seriously.
Sorry, I just hit your mic thing. Because
Don't touch the thing. You're frantic.
well, I think I don't know. You know, I'm not sure if I'm sure that it was a gateway. It could be a cybernetics core. But really, honestly, it doesn't change my response because even if it's a cybernetics core, I'm still getting a second gateway.
Yeah.
And if it's a second gateway, I
It's
need to get a second
okay,
gateway.
So it doesn't change anything.
Right.
All right. Cool.
But I do get a third gateway because I'm not sure if it's another gateway or not.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
do pop back in to say. So really, in this kind of situation, if you want to defend, you need 2 gateways. If you want to be aggressive, you can need that extra 1 gateway plus 1 gateway.
Okay.
And I like being aggressive.
I know.
So I like to always have +1 in my gateway count.
You're kind of like a video game rapist.
Yeah. That's true. I am kind of like that.
Yeah. Thank God you play video games, man.
And not just rape people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. So this was actually good by him too, is he figured I would come to this watchtower, so he sent his probe over here. He figured I would run from one to the next.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just put his probe there.
That's weird. When you're both sharing a watchtower, nobody has it?
Yeah, nobody can take it when
That's
you're both
cool.
sharing it.
I wonder how the Zelnaga know that.
Yeah, they do. They just do. So now he gets his cybernetic score, and I'm not. I got my third gateway. So this is a situation where it still comes down to the same thing, but just delayed, where he got 2 gates and then core, and I got 2 gates and then another gate.
Okay, but...
Really, this can go on forever.
Really? So... Now... Hold on. I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know 2 gates beat 1 gate, and 3 gates beat 2 gate. But does the difference become less as gateways become added on? It's like 3 gate no core versus 2 gate core. Is that less extreme of a difference than 2 gate 1 gate?
There are these demarcations that make a difference. So for example, if you have like 2 gate with core and you can get out 2 sentries that can force field your ramp twice.
Okay.
That starts to make a difference.
Okay.
If you have 3 gate and core and you can get warp gate out much sooner than them, like in time to defend their attack.
Okay.
Then that makes a difference.
Is 2 warp gate essentially 3 gate? 3 non-warp gate?
I think that...
Or it's like maybe like 2.75?
No, I'm like a zealot takes I think 38 seconds to make from so 40 seconds to make from a normal gateway and 28 seconds cooldown on a warp gate. So it's a third. So yeah, 2 gates is like 3 gates.
Okay.
2 warp gates is like 3 normal gates.
Cool.
More or less.
Yeah.
And so, but also at the same time, like if you can have less number of zealots with stalkers behind them if you have enough zealots to block your ramp.
Okay.
Also, so these are all things that matter.
Okay.
But
so as you add more gates on and more tech options, it becomes less of a defined line of what's going to be what.
Right. And but the most in situations like this, so I know that our gateway counts are going to be similar to each other, so that's why I really brought these 2 probes along with me.
Okay.
Because I saw that he had 2 gates. I didn't know how many chrono boosts he would have used or how many units he would have out.
So you need that little bit of extra firepower, possibly.
Like here, I'm going to win this fight now. Yeah. 3 zealots against 3 zealots with 2 probes added.
Yeah, because you have that little bit of probe range.
Right.
Cool. Obviously, this comes down to micro as well.
Yeah. Plus, you really want to pull your units back when they have their shields damaged and stuff like that. So I think he takes out my 1 zealot. But I do end up...
It is a pretty crazy difference there, though. Yeah. That I'm not going to say you raped, but you molested? But you molested him?
I needed to because he has the defensive advantage here, and actually now I have to run away from him. Yeah. As soon as I see that he has
until your reinforcements come in. Out. So what do you have on the way right now? You have 1, 2 more zealots.
3 zealots.
3 more zealots and a probe.
Okay. I have 3 gateways, so every reinforcement wave is going to have 3 zealots for me. So right now I'm actually just sacking these units over here, but I am going to do some damage to him.
Okay.
Actually, much more than I thought I would. That's crazy that I won that fight.
So, okay, so right now you're doing a 3 gate push of all zealots.
Yeah.
He's defending only with zealots and nothing else producing right now. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing.
Well, there's nothing really that he could do because of the timing of the attack was so early. I mean, you have to really look at the fact that the timing of this attack comes at like the 6-minute mark, less than the 6-minute mark, like the 5-minute mark.
Okay.
So really at that point, that's why it's so important to ante up on gateways, because unless you've kept even with him on his gateway count,
you can't be sure that you're not going to be run over in the next 2 minutes.
Run over in the next 2 minutes, basically. Okay. Which is essentially what happens here. I mean, he pulls his probes, which is good, but he just doesn't have the production right now to be able to fight this.